Okay, so this story starts in, what's it called? Lockdown. I think it was 90%. Yeah, it was in lockdown. Okay, so COVID lockdown. In that time, if you would remember, you would literally jump at the chance to do anything interesting, no matter what it was. Anything interesting that comes arise, you would fucking leap at the chance. And I was the same. Because we were just sat in our houses 24/7 doing nothing all day aside from playing games, and that was it. So any new experience that we could find, this was like March 2020 time, I think. I don't really know. And I was in year 7 at the time, and there had been like a massive cut off because we were gone. We'd left the school for 2 months, so we weren't in school. I think it was about a month in. Not being in school, which was an interesting experience. It was very fun, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss lockdown. I kind of don't, but I do at the same time. Anyway, literally, we'd seek anything to do. We didn't get to school or anything, we just had online lessons and shit. Which was so strange. Being so young and having a massive break was very weird, but I did enjoy it, I'll be honest with you. I was extremely bored, and as you can imagine, if anything comes up, in a time like this, if anything comes up, there's something to do, then you are gonna leap at that chance. You're gonna be there. Because all I was doing all fucking day was just sitting there playing games and sleeping and on my phone, and that was about it. Where the interesting thing comes up into play is I was sat at home as normal, right? Okay, and I'd got a message from one of my good friends. Now it was a very confusing message, but I was so on board for what I'd been told. So I'd been told by one of my best mates. That's also a bit of key information that at the time this person was like my bestest friend. So I'd do it. We were close, right? Okay. So I get a message from him saying, "Right, mate, listen up. I'm gonna add you to this group chat. Yeah, we are gonna take the piss out of this guy." And I'm curious as to what said person has done to deserve this type of hate, right? So I asked that, and he goes, "He doesn't like cheese." I'm being serious. I'm being deadly serious. This is all 100% true. This might sound unbelievable. But, again, you need to know that we are, like, 11. So, stupid shit like this goes fucking crazy in our brains, mate. Basically, I think the context is at a time we had a joke where there was... I can't remember what it was specifically, but we had a joke where we just say the word cheese. I don't know why. It was weird as fuck. So, we just used to say the word cheese over and over, right? And I had been alerted that someone that we knew... I didn't know him. It was just my mate knew him. That was it. I'd been alerted that he didn't like this joke. And a key feature, proving that I was a little bitch back in the day, is that I didn't even find this joke funny. I didn't find it funny at all. But I still... We'll get to it. But I still decided to do what comes next. So, I get added to said group chat. It's just me, my best mate, and another good mate of mine in this group chat together, right? And there is also, with that, this one person that my mate was referring to. He's just there. He seemed like such a fucking nice normal person. And he just didn't like cheese, which is understandable. I mean, I don't have a problem with cheese, but apparently back in the day it used to be my favourite thing or some shit. I don't fucking know. So we start messaging this person, right? And it's going crazy, mate. We are fucking ripping into him. For whatever reason, I don't know why we did this. It is such a questionable thing to do. But we start going ham on him, mate. We're just like, "You little fucking prick. You're such a little fat little fucking cunt. I hate you, mate. You don't like cheese, you fucking cunt." So, apparently he wronged us, because he didn't like cheese. And we start fucking, like, we actually, like, mate, we could have done some bad shit. Nothing bad happened with this, I assume. I'm pretty sure nothing happened. But we'll get to that. Anyway, we start ripping into this guy because he doesn't like cheese, just saying, "Oh, you little fat prick." And then, key event happens. This fucking guy in this group chat, one of my mates, goes, for some reason, he's asking to fight him. It's whatever. We're fucking 11 years old. You do shit like that back in the day. Guy asked to fight him. And I remember the message very vividly, actually. It was like, "Yeah, we can have a fight. But keyword, remember this when I tell you later. We can have a fight, but don't bring a knife." And by the way, I'm pretty sure this entire time, the person that we were doing this to didn't even speak. So I don't know what was going on here. But guy offers to fight him. And then the reason that is key, I'll get to that later. But just remember the word knife, okay? Now, we're still going. And then another key event. This person that was getting absolutely fucking... I don't even know how to describe it. This guy was just getting bullied. Like, I don't know why we did this, and it was such a fucking horrible thing to do, and I really don't know why I did it. But we were like ripping at this guy, and he had his girlfriend at the time for some help. I don't really remember him speaking. I'd honestly, if it were me, I'd probably be very confused as to why I'm being attacked for saying I don't like cheese. Also, I think at this point, I just like kind of went like, I can't be asked typing anymore, bro. Fuck off, man. I'm just gonna get some popcorn and watch this. That actually did help out. I think that did work out in my favor. I'm not gonna lie. Guy had his girlfriend. His girlfriend actually has a bit of backbone, and it's like ripping into us now and saying, "Oh, you little horrible little fucking bastards." And I was like, fair enough, yeah, we are pretty horrible for this. Obviously, that's not going through my brain. I'm like, oh my god, what is she doing? The fucking slag. So we're like ripping into this guy, mate. His girlfriend is coming back on us, and now she's giving us a big threat, which is like the big threat that she said was like, oh, we're gonna send this to the police. My idiot brain back then went, is she fucked, mate? She isn't gonna do fuck all. So I don't believe you. So I just brushed that off, which I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have actually worried about that and tried to say sorry, because that would have saved me a lot of stress. Anyway, she threatens to send it to the police, and that was not a threat, that was an action. She did actually send it to the police. She went silent for a bit, and we were wondering why. It's because she was sat screenshotting every single fucking message that we sent, and all of these are the most incriminating messages I've ever seen. Threatening to beat the shit out of someone because they didn't like cheese. So, these are all screenshotted, so now our fate is sealed. We're fucked. Essentially, the fella is just, he ends up leaving the group chat. Fair enough, mate, you should have done that ages ago. I didn't think anything of this. I didn't actually think I thought it was just an empty threat. Wasn't an empty threat, it was an action. And then I think at one point, I don't know why, but she started like an Instagram live, and then we all joined. Her mother was on the Instagram live stream saying like, I've sent everything to the police, you boys are fucked, yous are fucked up, how dare you do that to someone. Fair enough, we were little shits. However, that's been sent to the police, and this is happening live, right? Okay. And I'd say it's probably about a day or two after this all took place, I am sat just enjoying my life, and then my mother fucking belts my full government name, and then I hear that and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, well I'm fucked. So I tremble downstairs, I'm literally shaking at this point because I know what is coming. I know I'm fucked, right? Essentially, I'm walking downstairs, and then she has every single one of these screenshots, right? I'm fucking tweaking out, right? She has screenshots of the three people who were in that group chat, including me, saying the most fucking vile shit about this guy because he didn't like cheese. I wasn't the worst for it. I was actually probably the best. I didn't actually say that much stuff. Where the knife part comes into play, like I mentioned earlier, there was a message that my mate sent saying like, oh yeah, I'll fight you, but don't bring a knife, mate. Now, the reason that that's key is because every single person who read that message, that was not us, misread that somehow. Like, my mother misread that. I think some fucking other guy misread it. I don't know who, but I got told that someone else misread it as well. And then thought that the person that we were doing this to was being threatened with a knife, which is not what we were. Right. We were cunts back in the day. We were fucking horrible. But not that bad. Not that bad. So my mother reads this message like, oh, look at you, look at this cunt threatening this guy with a knife. I was like, mate, that is not what the message said. If you would like to reread that carefully. And then she's like, oh yeah, well, my bad. So that's why that one's key, because we almost got pinned for knife crime, which is not what happened. I just want to say I do not condone knives, okay? I'm literally like, I'm on the verge of tears, mate, because like I was, oh my days, I was like I was literally tweaking. I knew I was so fucked. And then we're going through all these messages. Every single time I see a message, I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, why have I said every single one of these things that I've said? Why have I done that? So obviously, every single message that I sent in that group chat came to bite me in the ass. So that's great. However, it was a lesson that was deserved. Like, oh my days, I don't even know why I did shit like this. Right. Next, right. This is like the next day. We went through all the messages, and then I was like grounded for like a fucking month, mate. I deserve that. Honestly, I should have been grounded for a fucking year, mate, because that group chat was fucking horrible. Anyway, grounded for like a month, and then I'm just in my bed, and then I get a message from someone who was in that group chat, and this is like genuinely, my heart sank when I saw this message. Oh my fucking god, I've never experienced anything like this. I get a message from someone who was part of this group chat and did like worse things, right? Okay. Goes, I think the police are coming to my house soon. And I'm like, oh shit. Because when I see this, I was part of the situation. They know who I am. They got all of our names and government information in a database, mate. They would come to my house if they wanted to. And if they're going to go to someone else who was a part of this situation's house, they would go to mine. And that's what I thought. So by this point, I am fucking tweaking. Every night for like a month, I was just sat in my bed, shaking, like, the FBI are gonna come kick down my fucking door, and they're gonna take me away forever. I'm fucked. This is what I thought, because someone in the group chat, the police did actually go to his house, and they were just saying, like, well, mate, don't do it again, you cunt. And then we won't give you... He's lucky to not get a criminal record for that, by the way. He didn't actually get one. I think they let him off because he was so young, and it's a mistake, obviously. But, like, I was a bit relieved after I heard that one. But I was also not relieved to hear that they had gone to that person's house, and now I was next on the list. They didn't actually end up coming to my house, which was quite lucky. I don't know why. Well, it's actually... I probably did... I wish I kind of did now, because it would have taught me more than it did. It did teach me a lesson, but it would have taught me an even bigger lesson if the police walked up to my house and like, oh, you little cunt, stop doing this shit. I got this news that they went to his house, so at this point, I'm like, oh my fucking god, I am so fucked. They are gonna come and they're gonna kill me. They're gonna lock me away forever, mate. I got lucky for them to not come to my house, and I don't actually know why they did. They should have. I kind of wish they did, because that would have been an extra piece to the story that I could have added. And I think the other guy who instigated the whole thing, the police didn't actually go to it. I think they might have actually. I don't remember, but they might have gone to his house, but if they didn't, I know for a fact he went to the person's house that he did this to and, like, apologised in person, which is fair enough, I guess. And I don't even know who the person we did this to is. I never found out who they are. I don't even know who they are. I just remember the name was, like, George or something like that. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add to this story. Maybe the moral of the story is, don't be a prick online, maybe. That would probably sum that up. But yeah, that's my story about how I say almost got arrested. I didn't actually get arrested, but it's what's it called?